In October 1962, the Soviet Union secretly began deploying nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles off the U.S. coast. Under the cover of darkness, Soviet ships unloaded missile components, aiming to establish a strategic nuclear presence in the Western Hemisphere. This covert operation marked the beginning of a crisis that would bring the world to the brink of nuclear war. On October 14, 1962, a U.S. U-2 spy plane captured photographic evidence of Soviet missile installations in Cuba. Analysts studied the blurry images, confirming the presence of nuclear-capable missile sites. This discovery shocked the U.S. government and set the stage for a tense confrontation between the two superpowers. President John F. Kennedy convened an emergency meeting with his advisors, known as the Executive Committee, ExComm. Over several days, they debated strategies to address the Soviet threat. Options ranged from diplomacy to military action, with the stakes being nothing less than global nuclear war. On October 22, 1962, President Kennedy addressed the nation, revealing the presence of Soviet missiles in Cuba and announcing a naval quarantine to prevent further shipments. His solemn tone and resolute message underscored the gravity of the situation as the world watched with bated breath. The U.S. Navy established a quarantine zone around Cuba, intercepting and inspecting ships suspected of carrying military cargo. This bold move aimed to pressure the Soviet Union while avoiding direct military confrontation. The world anxiously awaited the Soviet response. As Soviet ships approached the U.S. quarantine line, the world braced for a potential clash. The standoff reached its peak when Soviet vessels halted just before crossing the line, signaling a possible de-escalation. This moment marked a critical turning point in the crisis. Behind the scenes, Kennedy and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev exchanged secret letters seeking a diplomatic resolution. Both leaders recognized the catastrophic consequences of nuclear war and explored ways to defuse the crisis without losing face. On October 27th, a U.S. U-2 spy plane was shot down over Cuba, escalating tensions to a critical level. The pilot, Major Rudolph Anderson, was killed, and the incident nearly derailed ongoing negotiations. The world held its breath as the crisis teetered on the edge of war. On October 28th, Khrushchev announced the withdrawal of Soviet missiles from Cuba in exchange for a U.S. pledge not to invade the island and the secret removal of American missiles from Turkey. This agreement marked the end of the 13-day crisis, averting nuclear catastrophe. The Cuban Missile Crisis left a profound impact on global politics, highlighting the dangers of nuclear brinksmanship. It led to the establishment of direct communication lines between Washington and Moscow, known as the Hotline, to prevent future crises. The event remains a stark reminder of humanity's precarious position in the nuclear age.